There's a huge problem with gaming on a large Android tablet like this one, and it is that the games that are made for this are poorly optimized and they don't fit or utilize the bigger screen real estate pretty well. Now let me show you what I mean by demonstrating with a few popular games on the App Store. I made this channel cause I was just a little bored. Please subscribe, there's a whole world that we can all explore. We're all born minds to think alive. We're all born minds to think alive. Yeah. First, let's try Call of Duty Mobile. This is a very popular game carrying the name of Call of Duty. Of course, it will get popular. However, it's sad to see that on the tablet, it looks like a... Well, I'm just gonna show you, okay? And keep in mind, this tablet is only like 3 years old at this point. It still has good specs, like the Snapdragon Gen 1. And here you can see as I jump onto the roof here of this building, the resolution is low. And it's not making use of the resolution of the screen itself, which is pretty disappointing if you bought this for like full price. Now that's the problem with Android in general. Like if I was a developer in their shoes, I think it would be pretty hard to optimize games, especially because, you know, there's a lot of different form factors, a lot of different devices manufacturers in the Android space. So it's pretty hard to just make it all cohesive. As you can see, the details are not that great on this huge tablet. And I know that this might look so much better on a smaller form factor, on a phone especially, because you're not gonna pixel peep like you can with these bigger tablets. Let me just choose a loadout here real quick, and then you can see sometimes it's also lagging. Oh, actually, let me check if I'm in power saving mode. Oops, I am in power saving mode, but that's besides the point. The graphics that I set on this game are the highest it can go. So the resolution is high. As you can see, the resolution is high. The upscaling is high. Shadow quality is medium. I think that's the highest it can go. The FOV is 120. And just like that, you can see the graphics are not great, but it's not all that bad, right? You can still play the game. It's just that it's sad that it's not optimized well. But we all know the reasons, right? I bet this game with the same settings looks so much better on a smaller screen, right? Absolutely no detail whatsoever. It looks like their suits are made of clay. Aside from that, you can see some of the performance hitches. Now I know that you can play this on a controller. See? But I'm just choosing to show it using the touchscreen controls. And you can see, I hope it shows on camera, it looks like it's a PSP game, seriously. For the price that you pay for these tablets, dear Lord, you can see the jagged edges. Yeah. I just expected better. Let's go to another game. Another very popular game is Genshin Impact. I don't really play this, to be fair, but I believe this is a good test because this is a graphically demanding game, especially with Android devices. Now on Apple, since it's easier to optimize, they run at 60, they have very good resolution for their tablets, especially the iPads. For example, this one, the Samsung one, you can really see the very low quality. And I think it's a problem. Now, while this is loading, I just want to say that it is a blessing to own devices like this. However, I still think that I have the right as a consumer to point out these things so that they can work on it. You want to get your money's worth, right? Well, that took a very long time. Well, so far the cutscenes are great. Looks good. I'll give you that. I'm really trying my best to skip here. So currently, right now I know this is not a very heavy section. This is just the start of the game, so it might differ, but we will use the best quality settings we can find it. Technical difficulties. Out of the jump, you can see that the resolution is not that great. It's a blurry mess. Everything looks like clay, basically. I believe with iPads, they look so much cleaner, so much sharper. I never really got into this game because I've already played Breath of the Wild, which I think is so much better. Like the last game, yes, it is playable, definitely. That looks like the intro screen of Breath of the Wild.
That's a statue of the seven. There are a few of these among the seven. Actually, answer you is a different story.
God,
You never
Paimon
know
is
unless you
annoying.
try.
Shut up.
So let's hop.
Yes, finally I can change the graphics. Oh my god. Only took you like 10 minutes. So currently right now the graphics are set to medium. Let's try the highest. As you can see, it is working. However, it still looks pretty blurry to me. Just a marginal sharpness.
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky. It's headed towards the heart of the forest.
Does it look blurry to you? Or am I just hallucinating or something? Can you zoom in on the character? Well, yeah, it's a bit sharper. But I can't help to notice that not much has changed, even in the highest setting. It is playable though, don't get me wrong. Maybe if I can figure out how to overclock this tablet, maybe it'll be better. Let's try the lowest. Oh, this is worse, but hey, but you can still play the game, I guess. Anyways, moving on. Next game, Pokemon Unite. The splash art is in low res. And I have a feeling this is like the same thing. Honestly, this one looks a bit sharper. Now, with all my opinions in this video, alright, I'm not saying that I'm correct in everything that I say. I can be wrong, obviously. It seems like it's more so form-fitted for a smartphone. Charizard. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's too zoomed in, so it's pretty hard to play this on the tablet. But let's see if I can change it to make it bigger. See, that's another issue. It's not only the resolution that sometimes is not optimized properly, it's also the game itself. I feel like on a tablet, Pokemon Unite the camera should be way further away to make it easier to play. I used to play this game though. It just got boring. Charmander on Charmander action. Yeah. But as you can see, I know Mobile Legends has a wider field of view. But yeah, you get the point. You get the point. But it's not all terrible news. I mean, when you use emulators on your tablet, then it gets more interesting. Because you can precisely set which resolution you want. So let me show you one of my favorite PSP games. Oh, pretty nice. It immediately went to the PSP. And I'm using a controller. Let's try and render it at 4K. So skip it all the way to the gameplay. Now we're running at 4K. So if you're playing on this tablet, it's so good because it's OLED. Albeit it's an old game, but it's really making use of the 4K. And this is one of the hardest PSP games to run. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just hope that games on Android tablets would be more optimized in the future.